Hello again, we're back in John Flavel's little book, Keeping the Heart, and I've come to another section of it that is very useful to us as Christians at this time, about guarding or keeping our hearts right in times of danger and public distraction. Now this little section he gives 8 or 9 remedies for fear, but the one I'm reading today is an introduction. So it's a 2-page introduction. I'll not comment as much because it's a longer reading. Listen to John Flavel. The 4th reason requiring our utmost diligence to keep our hearts is in a time of danger and public distraction, a time of public panic and fear. In such times, even the best hearts are too apt to be surprised by slavish fear. If Syria be the confederate with Ephraim, how do the hearts of the house of David shake, even as the trees of the wood which are shaken with the wind? When there are ominous signs in the heavens, or distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, then the hearts of men do feel for fear and looking after those things that are coming upon the earth. But my brethren, these things ought not so to be. Saints should be of more elevated spirit, as was David, when his heart was kept in good frame of mind. The Lord is the light. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom then shall I be afraid? He goes on and he says, let none but the servants of sin be the slaves of fear. Amen. Let them that have delighted in evil fear evil. Let not that which God has threatened as judgment upon the wicked, let it not seize upon the hearts of the righteous. I will send faintness into their hearts in the land of their enemies, and the sound of a shaking leaf shall chase them. That's what it says in the Bible. What poor-spirited men are those that run away at the shaking of a leaf? A leaf makes a pleasant sound, not a terrible noise. Indeed, it makes a kind of natural music. But to a guilty conscience, even the whistling of leaves are like drums and trumpets. But God, speaking to the believer, but God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a spirit of love and of a sound mind. A sound mind here stands in opposition to fear. It is an unwounded conscience, a conscience not weakened by guilt, and this is what makes believers as bold as a lion. Fear is a perturbation or perturbation of mind. It's something that perturbs us. It suddenly comes upon us. It arises up within. Suddenly we can be surprised by it. Fear is a perturbation of mind arising from the apprehension of approaching danger. And as long as dangers can approach us, we shall find some fears welling up within us. It is not my purpose, says John Flavel, to commend to you a stoical apathy, or yet to dissuade you from such a degree of cautionary fear as is right and just. In other words, there are certain things that it's right to be afraid of, that we can, the provident fear, he goes on and says, that opens our eyes to foresee danger coming and quickens us or wakens us to Be careful and use lawful means to prevent that fear. But it is the fear of diffidence, unwarranted fear, fear of the future, fear of whatever, from which I would persuade you to keep your heart. Christians, keep your heart from that tyrannical, passionate fear that invades your heart in times of danger and distracts and weakens and unfits you as a Christian for your Christian duty and drives you to unlawful means and brings a snare or a trap with it. A fear, in other words, that causes you to disobey God. Like, for example, let's shut down the church for 3 months. Now, let us, says John Flavel, inquire how a Christian may keep his heart from distracting and tormenting fears in times of great and threatening dangers. There are several excellent rules for keeping your heart from sinful fear when imminent dangers threaten us. So that's the end of the introduction. We're going to end there because that's long enough for today. And the next time I'll be on here, we will look at remedy number 1. And there'll be 9 or 10 of those remedies. Thank you for listening, and the Lord bless you.